Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure you are subscribed. Also, come follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not gonna see here on YouTube. I said that like 1,000 times today, but I always forget like how it finishes. Today I want to share some more skincare habits that I kind of like did throughout my 20s that I feel have really paid off now I've hit my 30s. And habits I feel like you should start now if you can. Just ones that have really worked out for me, little tips and tricks I want to share with you. And I always like making these videos because I learn so much of your tips and tricks as well in the comments section. So share yours as well because they've really helped me too. So let's get into the first habit, the first thing that I did that I feel, especially as someone who experiments with a lot of products, really helped me out. And that is to work out your basic go-to routine. We all know what a basic routine is. Cleanser, moisturizer, SPF in the morning, cleanser, moisturizer in the evening. The very basics. And exfoliation like twice a week. And I feel like knowing what products work for you when it comes to that basic routine is so important in like a world full of products. And something that's always hard for me is to kind of admit when a product's not working for me, especially when I really wanted to test it out or it's a brand that I love. It's hard to kind of like just put it down, stop using it when my skin's telling me it doesn't like it, and just go back to my basic routine and start again. All the new serums we're using, all the new fancy tools, all the new toners we got, just put them down and take a second to listen to your skin. And there are times where I feel like I've really had my skincare routine down. I've got up to like 7 steps. Not that you need that many steps to have a good routine, but I've got products that I love using and I want to use, and I feel like it's really working for me, and then my skin will just go to shit. Our skin changes and our routine should as well. And I think now the best way to fix any potential issues with your skin is to stop shopping for the cure and instead just go back to basics. And that's why you should know the cleanser that works for you, no question. The moisturizer that works for you, no question. The sunscreen that works for you, no question. And just spend a month sticking to those products. Use an exfoliator that you know works for you and use that like maybe once or twice a week. And then again, start slowly introducing products. I've done this very recently. My skin was just looking bothered and pretty pissed off with me and was like, just give it a fucking rest. And I now know that this is my go-to routine if my skin gets destroyed in any way, or if my skin just has had enough of the products I'm using, or if I've overdone experimenting. So having that basic routine is so important, knowing that you just fall back on that and your skin will be absolutely fine. The next habit is to be consistent, and we hear this all the time. Like, we get it, we have to do our routine, whether we're coming in from a drunk night out or whether we have to get up super early. Consistency is key, but consistency doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the same thing constantly every night. Or does it? Is that the exact definition? I don't know. Anyway, what I take this as being consistent with your basics. Back to those basics again. So even if you have an extensive routine, being consistent doesn't mean you have to constantly be doing that same routine. Being consistent means you're at least doing the bare minimum morning and night. So, you know, in the morning, do your cleanse, moisturizer, sunscreen, even if your routine consists of more. In the evening, do your cleanse and your moisturizer, even if you usually have a 6-step routine in the evening. That to me is consistency, is at least just making sure you're doing the basics that your skin needs. Even if I'm not doing anything, sometimes I just want to go to bed, so I won't do my whole routine. I'll just do the basics, and that for me is enough to be consistent and is enough to still show a difference in your skin, a positive change in your skin. The next one is a very personal one, and it's more like a trick, and that's to invest in one expensive product. Now, I don't mean it has to be like hundreds of pounds or like a 50 quid moisturizer, but I like to invest in like one product that's maybe like £5 more than I would usually pay for a product, especially as I get it all free nowadays. But one that costs a little bit more than what I would usually pay for skincare. This has nothing to do with the effectiveness of the product. We all know more expensive doesn't necessarily equal better. What this is about, and again, this is just something I do, when you just can't be bothered, this attitude kind of changes when you know that there's an expensive moisturizer that you paid a little bit of money for that you really should be using. I look at it and think, oh crap, I paid a lot for that. I should be using it. You have that guilt of, I should be using that. And also that feeling of like more luxury and indulgence when you are using it. It makes me want to use that product at any time. So I'm like, I actually look forward to using that expensive product. And I like to do this with moisturizers mainly, or overnight creams, basically moisturizers with different ingredients in, because they are the final step in your routine. So to be able to use that product, that more expensive product that I'm looking forward to using for that feel of luxury and indulgence, you have to do your whole routine before you can use it. And that really, even on the laziest of days, has gotten me up and doing my skincare routine. Yeah, it's the mix of guilt and indulgence that always manages to make me do my routine. But yeah, it's not like you don't have to go out and buy expensive products. It's just one thing. If you find that you're getting particularly lazy, invest in a product that it doesn't have to be more expensive. It just has to be something that excites you and that you want to use it. Here's a habit that I formed a lot, especially in my university days and early like fashion career, and that is to do your skincare when you are stressed. Not as in, oh, I'm stressed out now, let's do my skincare, but after a long, stressful day, do your routine. For me, after like a long day of work or like an 18-hour shoot, my skincare was that time to just stop thinking about work and think about myself, even for just like 15 minutes. But this isn't just about, taking me time and, like lighting candle and that shit, which is still really nice. There is an actual direct link to stress and the state of your skin. Stress has been shown to make skin even more sensitive to inflammation and irritation, as well as make existing skin conditions worse. So now is the time, whilst you're stressed, to look after your skin. And this is why I'm so passionate about skincare. And I always mention, but I feel recently with everyone being so serious about skincare and thinking everything's going to make your skin fall off, all the fun's been sucked out of it, because it means so much to me and it can make such a big difference, a huge impact on your well-being. Sure, you don't need a toner, you don't need an essence. A sheet mask is just a serum, but if it's making you feel happy and it's not ripping your skin off, take the time to just enjoy it and do it. People's approach to skincare always reminds you of food, for example. You have people like my best friend who trains heavily, so he uses food purely for energy, for substance. He weighs out every single bit of food, takes no joy in the food he's eating because it's purely there to serve its purpose. Strict calories, won't touch a single bit of sugar. Others are food critics and chefs and food bloggers and take pure joy in the happiness of food, the basics and the extras that good food can bring. And this is what I see skincare as. Yes, it's functional and it has its science, but it can also bring you a lot of joy. So don't skip your skincare when you're stressed either. That's one thing I used to do that I stopped quite quickly, is I had a stressful day, straight into bed. I know doing your routine is probably the last thing on your mind when you have like a million things going on and you're tired and you just want to go to bed and you have to be up at 5 a.m. and you just want to unwind. But remind yourself who all the stress you're going through is for. It's for you and it's going to pay off. So take care of yourself in the meantime. Take care of yourself through the stress. Your skin will thank you. You will thank you. Take that time to unwind and enjoy it. Okay, this next one sounds super aggressive, but it's to take immediate action. If there's something going on your skin or you think there's something happening, take immediate action. Don't wait for that spot to develop. Don't let that spot get picked. Don't let the redness get redder. So prevention. I feel like a lot of people use products once something has happened. For example, our skin barrier, I think, is a perfect example of how people only start to protect it once it's been ruined. So now, for example, I'm forever going to use a moisturizer with those skin protective qualities. Think about how much I'm using actives, etc., etc. But a good example of taking immediate action, one that I talk about all the time, is the second I see I have a spot, I apply a pimple patch. This prevents me picking. This prevents bacteria getting into it. This prevents accidental popping, which is a thing. I've done it a few times, but this also saves all the aftercare of that spot. Because it's been cared for there and then, I don't have to worry about trying to get rid of a dark spot that's been left from it, getting rid of the redness, or waiting for a scab to heal over. One thing I do as well, if my skin's not feeling great during the day, the moment I get home, I instantly do my evening routine. So I take immediate action, getting everything off my face, then putting on those like healing products that I use more towards the evening. So I guess it's more about taking preventive measures rather than like, oh crap, this is what I have, I'm gonna deal with it now. But yeah, that is it. They are my kind of like habits, tips, tricks. Let me know yours down below. I always look forward to reading those. But that is it from me now, guys. I will see you next time.